Okay, we are live. Welcome everyone. This is a weekly live stream I do of the news that's currently happening in the tech world. And here in my neighborhood, it is 74 degrees, 53% humidity. So I'm sorry, the fans in the computer will be ramping up, and it might get a bit loud. But same yesterday. Usually, I just came out with a new video, pretty cool. You should check it out, about retro gaming on the TI Inspire. Usually it takes 10 minutes to encode a video like that, and the CPU usually gets up to about 75 degrees C, which is just kind of toasty, but it ramped up to a max of 104 it was, so I was getting really worried. I had it like in the refrigerator just trying to cool it down. Because I didn't want my computer to overheat. I didn't want to cause problems. So, hope you guys enjoy this, and I hope you learn something. Alright, so let's start with announcements. Alright, we don't have any announcements. Next section, sorry. Right, so this is RGB everything. So, I've been starting off my streams with this section, RGB everything. I either call it or stupid technology or something that doesn't need to exist. Okay. All right. Now if you got your computer case, it's like this big. You got your it might be mounted to the front of the power supply shroud, but most of the times it's mounted to the back of your motherboard, or you have slots for it. So Team Group has decided that we need RGB SSDs. Alright. We need RGB SSDs. Why? Why? Like, I understand if you have, like, a power supply shroud and you want to put it on there and show it off, but, like, why? So, it's basically a normal SSD, and it's just RGB. Just why? What? No one asked. Oh, and welcome to the new studio, by the way. It's the new studio setup. I thought it looked kind of cool. Oh, and in my other video, the one I just posted, the camera swings a lot. That's because I had it mounted to the tripod like this, alright? And I'll zoom out of this so you can see it. So it was here, and I had I'll step over here and show you. I had a, clip here, right? And then I had it wrapped around here, and I had another clip here, and the phone, which is what I was using to shoot, was held up by the rope. So it's swinging. So I'm sorry about that. It's very rigged, but hey, I'm sure I'll come up with a better mounting system soon. So enough with my useless rambling. 4 minutes now. So let's go on to news. If I can find it. So these first 5 articles are from Tech Power Up. That's how it always is. But alright, so the future of quantum computing is counted in qubits. Now, I know very little about quantum computing, but it's supposed to be the future, so that's cool. It runs cold. And scientists are hoping that the quantum computers will help advance chemistry, drug development, financial modeling, and climate change, which I could see that happening. Oh, sorry, there's a plane in the background. Climate change. I can see that because a lot of these models, you need a lot of processing power to make the graphs. Like your Ryzen 1700X isn't gonna cut it. or 2700X as we currently stand. But apparently this is promising technology, so it's cool. Blue Chip Computers spills the beans on AMD. So basically what happened was there's a German distribution company that was doing like a web presentation on YouTube, and they accidentally leaked the SKUs of the AMD and Intel processors. So we can kind of see now like how stuff is gonna go. So apparently we're gonna be seeing some of this stuff. Good. Sorry about that. The connection cut out for a second. I apologize. So, all right, back to the roadmap. This is the roadmap. When the TR4 and the Z490s and the other things will be coming out, that's cool. So next we're gonna look at this. AMD leaks model numbers of upcoming Ryzen SKUs. So this is just naming. It's naming. Okay, it's names. We don't have performance numbers. Ryzen 2100 and 2300X. We had a 1300X and all that. So that shouldn't be that surprising. But whatever. So this is something that's been constantly happening. Is that people from AMD, like big people from AMD, people who have been there for years, are now moving over to Intel's team. Because from what I hear, Intel got a real kick in the rear from AMD when they came out with Ryzen, because when the FX line of processors came out, they weren't that impressive, and since then, AMD has kind of fallen behind Intel. It's more of a budget it was more of a budget option, but now they've really come back with Ryzen, so it works. Now Intel's like, whoa. We need a good team here to come up with our new processors. So that's interesting. So AMD updates warranty policy on AMD. So basically, what happened was there was this person, right? They asked a question if they put a different heatsink, like the Ryzen processors come with a Wraith Spire heatsink, alright? So they asked, does putting another one on, like a CryoRig C7 or Hyper 212 Evo, will that void your warranty? And AMD's initial response was no. It will be void if any other heatsink or fan. And people caught this and they're like, what? I'm sorry? So they realize, apparently, this is what they're saying, is that they hadn't updated the thing, but, I'll see you later.